Happy Monday, Royal Family. Welcome back. Today we're going to do something different, a little exercise of the mind. And I want you, remember when we were little kids, we used to use our imagination a whole lot? We would imagine what we would be when we grew up. We would imagine ourselves in places. My mom told me that she used to imagine herself traveling, getting on planes, and just going to different places all over the world as a child. So, when was the last time you used your imagination, your childlike imagination? So, today we are just gonna go to your favorite place. Where's that place that makes you happy? Go there right now. For me, it's the ocean, it is the sea. Imagine yourselves touching your toes into the water, the waves rolling back at you. And maybe you want to jump right in. Jump into the waves. Feel the feeling of the ocean hugging your entire body. Take a deep breath. Doesn't it feel like home? Take a deep breath. Take a deep dip and let it wash you from head to toe. How beautiful is the earth. The heavens declare the glory of God, and the firmament shows his handiwork. Day unto day uttereth speech, and night unto night shows knowledge. Hello, 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 world. We're honored you came back for season 2 of the Beloved Queens podcast. I'm Tina Matherson with my ladies Claudia Lewis, everybody calls Queen Trina, and Veronica Gray, our Queen V. We'll and come again, Queens.
Let's get it on, ladies.
Caribbean Queens in the ATL.
For the next few seconds, just rock with us. Rock with us. Rock with us. Next few seconds, just rock with us.
Feel the vibes, man.
Yeah, man.
We're back to talking about relationships, guys. Yeah. Biologically, atoms can form both weak and strong bonds. The body actually needs both to function properly. Today, we're discussing how bonds can form between people, and once they're formed, how to move toward accepting people with their differences. Let's get into it.
I was listening to a podcast with Oprah. Oprah really have only she did a podcast with Hoda and Maria Schreifer, and she said she met Maria over 40 something years ago when they were working at the same TV studio, and she met Gail at the same time, around the same time, so over 40 something years of friendship. And she said seriously, those are the same friends I have. Like she said, it's just lately now that she started having other people as friends, because she never really had those. That was it, her two friends. And now she's having other people, and like Bob Harper and stuff coming in as, friends of late, meeting later on in her life, like after 50 and stuff. And I am like that. I don't have a lot of friends. I have core people, Trina, that I would allow into my space, and other people that are in categories. And I'm quite fine with that because it's not everybody can you can allow in your space, and you have to safeguard your
Boundaries.
space and
Boundaries.
enjoy where you at. Be your authentic self as you always
Yeah.
are in that environment. But yeah, there's a reason why you're not going to allow that particular person to go deeper.
When you think of a guy who is the worst guy in the community, he is the Don man, he's the worst person. Everybody knows he kills people. Everybody knows he's the guy that is just the worst. But he's the guy who wants to get married to the Christian lady in the church, right? The weird, the bad boy, but he want him good girl. He wants his good girl. And then, so there are times when,
You want him good, girl.
for whatever reason, darkness is always attracted to light. For whatever reason, right? If you are going about your business and you really have done the work to sort out your energy, there's always somebody that wants to connect themselves to that, right? But the more people get attracted to your light and the more people take
Mm,
from your light, what ends up happening?
mm.
But Tina, God said, "Let your light shine before men, that they may see your good works and glorify your Father which is in heaven."
But the problem with people is
Mm.
it's not necessarily that their light, your light points them to God. Your light, they
They,
want a person to connect to
yeah.
versus God. And it's nothing in the light is
So it's like
God.
them a pull your energy.
The light is God, you know.
Right.
But they want a human. Hmm?
Yes, like moth to a flame.
They're attracted to the light,
Right.
but the light is actually God, and they would rather talk it over with you.
Mm-hmm.
They would. Versus having direct contact to the light.
No, me I say like moth to a flame. Them I got attracted to the light.
That reminds me of a story this lady was sharing. She was like, when at work, I see this lady and she's always so happy and joyful, and she's a Christian. I want to be a Christian because I want to have that joy too. I'm like, huh? Sounds like you want to be a Christian because the lady in your job is always happy and beaming. You realize you could turn a Christian today and don't have that same reaction. It's how your relationship with God is.
That's why
It's
she's
not
joyful.
have nothing.
Yeah.
But that's what she was drawn to. She was drawn to the lady beaming her light
Mm.
and wanted that experience. And I'm like, that is not.
And
It's not
you
what you
being
think it is.
overprotective about not going to certain levels like before, trust me, it's easy for me to meet people, it's easy for me to pull people in, it's easy for me to bond with people. It's just because I
Hmm.
love hearing stories, and like the definition says, stories, sharing experiences creates bonding. I would sit there and listen to your story, right? Because again, when you do it for a job, it's like you feel like you need to do it for everybody. But then post pandemic, I'm like, you have to be careful about the stories that you open your ear gate to, because stories create a bond. Stories create a bond, and sometimes you don't need to be bonded to that story.
Mm.
Sometimes that
Oh yeah.
story is so heavy, and
Mm.
even in having the conversation with people, they just want to get stuff off of their chest, but they don't realize that in sharing stories, they're burdening and now depositing it in on you. They don't realize it. So, so like me, we all have to be self-aware, because now
Yeah.
you're in a space where, after going through a pandemic, everybody's more hyper spiritualized. Everybody
Hmm.
is in a place where they're either closer with God. Everybody is in a place where you realize that I'm no longer in control. And if you really don't
Mm.
believe that, you are like really gassing yourself after 2 years of being inside in a
Hello.
pandemic. But we realize as human beings, we're not in control. That's the biggest lesson I got out of this. But you have to really be
Mm.
self aware so that you're not, in getting burdens off of your chest, you are not dumping it onto your neighbor, right? There is a level where you, the Bible says, share one another's burdens, but it doesn't mean that you should dump your burden on somebody. You share it because it's too hard for you to carry. And it's not like complaining about the issue. It's literally taking that issue to God together and interceding and then letting it go there. But a lot of times, instead, we're bonded to the story. You tell the story, you repeat the story so many times, and you're just saying it, but there is no change that you're looking for from sharing that story. You just want to talk about it because you've been wronged or someone did something to you.
Okay, no, I don't do that. No, you have 5 minutes to vent and then you have to stop. I know a lot of you hear me say that a lot of times. I said you got 5 minutes, you
Let
can
it
go
out.
ahead, vent. After that, we're coming up with a solution and I don't want to hear it again. No, I can tell you or you can take my advice or you don't have to take my advice. That's fine. But if you don't want to do something to change the situation,
Hmm.
I don't want to hear it. After that five
Because
minutes, I'm
everybody
done.
gets a chance to talk. But here's the thing, your friend, your girlfriend, as much as with us, this sometimes is our therapy session because we have conversations even that's not public. But at the end of our therapy session, somebody's coming up with an action to
There you
take.
go.
Somebody's going to be pulling up some affirmations so that they can change the way they're thinking.
You're not coming back next week with the same problem.
Don't make sense.
I'm not
I
moving.
know.
Ain't nobody got time for that.
No time.
Because otherwise, you're stuck on loop.
Yeah.
And somebody who's stuck on loop goes nowhere. What do you need to get moving forward? What do you need? I mean, I keep talking about this. This is my one thing I'm talking about to everybody and everybody. How Trina inspires me.
What are the affirmations, my friend?
Trina inspired me with the affirmation, then man, because there is she faces her fear by saying the affirmations
Yep.
and she repeats the affirmations not to, it's not just to say them, just to say them sake. She really wants to change her mindset. She wants her mind to change because her mind is telling her you can't. Her mind is telling her you won't. Her mind is telling her you will not have.
Hmm.
And the more she repeat the affirmation, people,
Talk up the things.
the mind I tell you, I have the opportunities of a lifetime.
Hello.
So what you were thinking, I'm afraid to do, I'm scared to do, I can't touch. You're now, your mind is like, but wait,
We doing it.
maybe I
Mm.
can.
It will be done. Mm-mm-mm.
It
It
will be
will be
done. And sometimes you got to hear it out of your own mouth, the opposite of what you're thinking.
exactly.
Not just somebody praying for you or interceding for you or you're sharing the burden, but sometimes you kind of really have to
To
speak into
speak.
your own
Yep.
self, encourage your own
Yep.
Like
self.
David.
Hey,
Talk up the things to
talk up
yourself.
the things to yourself. Talk to yourself.
Because I'm telling you, the mind is so powerful.
Yes, it is.
Memories are powerful.
Mm.
So sometimes you have like a memory. You can literally be sitting in a conversation with a brother and something that happened in your past that was a dear memory between you and your grandmother or something, him just start talking about it. That happened with his parents or his grandparents. Those stories and moments can share and create bonds. Because you now got connected to him because you have a same memory. You have similar memories.
Yeah. Stories create bond.
Stories create bond. So that's why you kind of want to be careful and just like you said, put some stuff in categories. Keep the boundaries so that
Yeah.
you actually see what you need to see, hear what you need to hear, and actually get a healthy bond going versus something that is gonna suck the life
Mm.
out of you.
Yeah.
And we all know people can be some drainers.
Oh
Hmm.
my God.
Listen to me.
And
Yeah.
don't get bonded to a pipe dream neither.
But
Oh,
how do you
ooh,
but
that's all. Listen to
listen
me.
to me, man.
That's me ease up, man. For the one there.
Listen to me,
No, man.
man.
That's a whole other topic,
But I
because the
have this
pipe
since
dream
I
thing.
was so young, a long time. Me, I dream about this, and I know it I got happening, and what have you done?
When,
When? What? How many times have you tried? No, but me
when,
just get up the funds, and but have you tried to attempt anything? Have you making any
mm,
moves to make this a
mm,
reality some way,
mm.
somehow? No. Okay. There was this thing where they used to have on the radio where it was like a little talent show, and people would come on and try to say like they're like 45 and them want to be a rapper. And you're like 45? 45 or 50 or 60 you want to be a rapper? No, 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 that dream has passed. That
Oh,
ship has sailed. You can't, what are you gonna do? Go out on tour and run up and down with with your
no.
stick?
Yeah, yeah.
Like trying to
With your knee
trying
pain.
to make it. You can't try bust at 60 as a rapper. You're not even a singer,
Listen,
but a rapper. Come on now.
listen. When I try to kill the dream for my girl,
Ah!
yo, I rap myself. No, but seriously though, what do you do if you're with a dreamer and you're like, oh my
Mm.
gosh, when is he gonna get it together?
Mm.
Ooh. A dreamer who does have no actions?
Has no action whatsoever.
All right, me love play devil's advocate, but how you know that it not gonna happen?
Well, 25 years, still a week. 26. Come on, girl. If it was gonna happen,
No,
it would have happened
no.
already.
Colonel Sanders, when my KFC was 76 years old when he hit it with the Kentucky Fried Chicken. That's why the picture on the box is old because that's how he was. That's how he look. Is an old man that came up with the recipe at that age. Yes, and it's not that him.
I don't. I'm sure he had successes before
But
that. Do you
I'm
think
just
Colonel
saying.
Sanders was
Hello.
dreaming
Listen,
about Kentucky at
listen. I
12?
I,
I don't know, but I'm just
come
saying.
on, no.
How do you end a dream?
So if I was his wife, no, me should have sit down there for 50 years and I wait for this man to come up with the KFC recipe.
Aren't you
Veronica, that you
bonded
tell me.
together?
That's
Aren't
a
you
ask.
bonded?
I'm asking for a friend. I'm just asking for a friend. I'm asking for a friend. Okay.
Billy.
50 years. We're married.
She's asking for a friend. Don't take it personal, okay?
You can't kill the man dream.
Oh, all right, girl. Something for hold on. Okay.
Hold
Nothing
on.
wrong with that. But that's what I say. If
It's
hold
coming.
on. It's coming, baby. Hold on.
Don't worry about a thing.
Thank you for listening to the Beloved Queens podcast. Sit tight. We'll be right back.
This royal shout out goes to Queen K. Barnwell, the founder of Billiboo, a girls' empowerment brand for the princesses in your life. Their focus is on products designed to empower girls to increase their self awareness, self identity, and self care. Mothers of girls know the great struggle when it comes to finding unique products with an uplifting message. Well, search no more. Billy Boo's founder had the same problem with her daughter, so she created a solution. If you're looking for unique gifts, toys, clothing that promotes positive self image, shop billyboo.com online, and that's Billy with an I. If you happen to be in the Atlanta area, head over to 4651 Woodstock Road, Roswell, Georgia. It's inside Painted Tree Roswell Space E18. Opens daily from 10 a.m. through 8 p.m. You and your princesses won't regret it. Billiboo guarantees a magical experience. At Billiboo, be free to be you. Go ahead, follow them on Instagram at official Billiboo.
Beloved, come join us in the room on Clubhouse for Talk Up the Tinks. We're going to discuss freely. We'll be live. Come bring your testimonies. We have been sharing with you. So come share with us. Share with at least 10 people so we all can talk up the things then.
We're inviting women run businesses to partner with us. Yes, our sponsorship packages are available at thebelovedqueens.com. All you have to do is simply click the red heart at the top right hand corner to take advantage of the ads and other amazing offers. If you're a listener, though, who enjoys our content and would love to support us, you can donate there too. And we're back.
What was the name of the video that we saw?
Inside America's Black Upper Class.
Yes, the documentary was Inside America's Black Upper Class. The first person they were talking to was a real estate mogul, and he's a billionaire, and his wife, they met before he made his first million. And she said her mother told her that, don't, if you marry a fisherman, don't be surprised if he goes fishing. Something to that regards. And what it's saying is, like, when you meet a hustler, then, or her husband was an entrepreneur who likes to work, don't be surprised if he's always working. That really stood out to us because of what she said. A lot of times when we see who the person is and we're not accepting, we're like, oh, it's going to change, or he's going to change, and then we get upset. A lot of times we think that we can change people. Don't be surprised if they're doing what you saw them doing. Like, he's a businessman. You met him as a businessman. You met him as an entrepreneur. You met him, hustling, have this drive to create businesses and stuff like that. And now, when you see him at the dinner table, or he can't come to dinner because he's on a conference call, or he's in the board meeting, or you can't meet him for lunch, that's who the person is. That's their passion. That's what drives them. To them, it doesn't seem like work because it's they're doing their passion. So back to Trina's friend now that was experiencing something similar. Trina,
Very, very
speak
similar.
on your friend.
So I had a friend. Yes, her husband, is a workaholic. And one of the stories she shared with me was that they were on vacation, and while on vacation, he was he's an entrepreneur, so he was, engaging in work, and it was only for a few minutes. So within that moment, she kind of had to decide, is she going to allow these few minutes to kind of ruin the rest of the day, the rest of the vacation, because of who he is, which is he's a workaholic. And when she shared that story with me, I started thinking about that, how as women, how we really need to have grace, not only with our husband, with ourselves, about how we react and interact with our spouse when it comes to things that we like or we dislike about their behavior. Because I think sometimes automatically we're quick to kind of get in our feelings, as those kids would say, you in your feelings about things, and forget to enjoy what's really happening, and don't let it ruin the moment.
Accepting a person for who
Who
they
they are.
are
That's true.
and truly accepting them, um, just with everything, with flaws, with kind of value systems,
Hmm.
accepting them with their work ethics, the
Ethics, the
ethics,
work ethics.
accepting them for,
It's part of who they are. Like, that's part of their character. This is who they are
yeah,
as a person.
yeah. But a lot of times, do you truly really accept the person for who they are, or do you, You are like, okay, I'm accepting the person for the potential of who I think they could be.
Thinking that you can change them to be more.
That is true. The potential of who you think that person can be or who you want them to be.
That's it.
Yeah, who you really want them to be.
I mean, I remember it took me quite a long time to accept my husband.
Yeah. It took me years to accept my husband.
Like, just accept him for this is who he
This
is,
is
this is him,
this 100%.
this is who he is, this is his mannerism, this is how he acts, this is how he does things. Just accept him without the comparison to old time story, right?
Mm,
Because again,
we do
we
compare.
compare so much
We do
from
compare.
experiences. We experience something that we like, and you expect it to come and show up itself in this new situation, in this new season.
Does that make sense? Like, wait a minute.
A lot of people do though,
No,
because
but
you
we.
you know, as a woman, you have your checklist.
Oh
Come
yeah.
on, let's preach the gospel of checklists. You
Mm-hmm.
know what you like, you
Yeah.
know
Oh
what you
yeah.
don't like, you check them off, and you're putting it in a category to say these are the things I like, these are the things I don't like.
Right.
And all of that is based upon your word, experiences.
Experiences. No, I have never, like, and you know me, a serial dater, right? I have never met not one guy that had everything on my checklist where I went, this is the ideal person for me. I would find maybe one or two from here, son. I'm like, yes, my youth, but you're missing ABC. I'm a go right. Yeah, and I'm just saying, I know I can be the only one, ladies. Come on, talk up the things. It yeah.
Wow.
So this list that we create, it's really idealistic, right? And then when it the reality is when you do have somebody and they're meeting the core, because ladies, they got to be the top five things. The other five you can't work with, but this top five, top three, whatever that is for you. But you meet this person will have the top five in or the top three, and you still are expecting for the other five some way somehow. It must miracle, like, all right, we're gonna work on the other one then, instead of appreciating the fact that he does have these
And
qualities,
to
right?
work on the five, to work
Exactly,
and make
to
the
be like,
five better.
eh, no, we still want the whole 10 because we're still like, yes, we can't change him.
You know how everybody I look for the top five, and if them come short, do you come full 100?
Of course, you don't know, so every
Oh,
woman come full 100 in our mind. Veronica, you out to order. Yeah, act like say
I'm the
every
strong
woman,
one. I'm
every
not nervous.
yeah,
I'm tough as the crust as the earth is.
you act like every woman don't know, so she come 100. She don't even have a list. Stop talking
right.
foolishness. We don't have a list. We
Wait,
are the list.
wait,
You
wait,
didn't know?
you're the package, the full
We're the
package.
full package. We come 100% together. We just know it all. We do it all because we're
Mm.
superwoman. Talk up.
Okay, okay,
Okay?
all
What are you talking about? How dare you insult us women about
right.
what
My
lists?
bad, my bad.
Veronica. Oh, okay. No, no. Girl, the poor man them. No, seriously. All this expectation that we put on them and none on ourselves.
Yeah.
We don't
Mhm.
we
Mm.
don't have to do any work. They're the ones who need to do the work.
Yep.
Poor man. Mm-mm.
And you know, enough of the time we tore up from the floor up.
With no way
Hello.
up.
Don't talk up the things them in a my girl. Shh. Ladies, we need to check ourselves big time.
Before you
We
wreck
need a
yourself.
checklist. We need a checklist. We need a checklist. What is your checklist for you? Mm. What is your checklist?
Well, they don't think they need a checklist because they're perfect.
Did I tell you we are the list, the whole package? It's true. I have never thought of myself as I needed a list. Come on. Me just I say.
Wow.
I never said no women in a relationship. I said the poor man, thank God.
Suppose he has three out of the five. Do you accept those three? Or what do you do with the three?
Is it
If he
workable?
has three,
Yeah, out of the five, it workable.
listen, three out of the five, nobody no my girl. That's a doable. No, two out of the five is a problem, but three out of the five, nobody. That doable.
Mm,
That doable. And it
because it's more
depends
than
on
half.
the top, right? It's more than half. But your top
And
three,
and the list need to be core list. You need so
core
tell me about
list.
the top. Tell me how that work.
But you see, that would be based on every woman. Every woman have their own list. For me, there's certain things that I absolutely need from a man. Absolutely need from a man. Stability. Me need. You have to be flexible because I'm very spontaneous and a free spirit. So you have to work with a sister. Flexibility. No, I'm just saying that's part.
Hey,
That
be
is who I
honest.
am. So you have to be flexible. You can't be a man with very rigid and man, we're not doing that. I can't. You have to be flexible with me. And the most important thing to me is family. So you have to be all about your family. That is number one. Family is important. So that's my number one thing.
Those are your core stuff.
Those are my
Mm.
core. I can't live without those three things. I can't. They can't. It not gonna work. Cannot work.
So how do you help ladies to identify core list versus like
If
some of the list them just
fantasy,
the stuff on there is just like so frivolous. You're like, what's important and what's core and what is just stuff that you're nitpicking at this point.
Mm.
listen to me. It took me years to even figure that one out. Remember, I dated for 6 years, so it took me a while to figure it out. Cause before it was serial dating and nothing was being taken seriously, I was just having fun.
Mm-hmm.
So through the whole process, I think time allowed me to kind of figure out what I like and what I totally dislike, what I needed versus what I want. And I think that's how you create your list. Things that you absolutely need. Like my number
Mm.
one is family because every family is everything to me. So for me, I needed to be with someone that family was his number one priority. Immediate family, extended family, but family had to be at his core. Family values. What that means for him meant a lot. If me meet you on the first date and you call your mother the B word, me and you
Oh
can't talk
wow.
on the second day. If me meet you and you
Mm.
talking negatively about everybody find your mother, your sister, your cousin, me and you can't talk. There's certain things that's just a turn off for me. So that's what I realized. I can't be with someone who's not about family. That ain't gonna work. So for me, it was what I needed versus what I wanted. No, okay, I wanted the 6 foot. The fantasy. Some used to read the romance novels. So of course, me the want the height and the build and the this and the ray. What them say?
The bow leg
The
and the
hello,
tall, dark and
hello.
handsome. I
Yeah,
did
yeah.
one brown skin lightning man.
But I never had a preference when it came to complexion with men. I've dated all different type of
Mm.
complexions. I have to be attracted to your face. Talk up the things, yeah. Talk up the things.
But those were not in the core list, you were saying. Or is it?
No, no,
Those
those
were like
were. I mean,
secondary list.
before that was my whole thing was that I need.
Ah,
Yeah,
younger you
yeah,
were.
the younger version of me. The no, as I grew up and
Matured and
dated a lot,
evolved.
into a very yes worldly woman. I realized that are foolish. It was more about the interior.
It was so funny that so I went to this lady had a down in south sometimes they have these broils
Uh huh.
where it's all seafood and whatnot. So we
Mm-hmm.
went to her house and she was talking about the fact that she was a home aid attendant watching some, just with some elderly folks. She said these people had tattoos on their shoulders, tattoos on their backs. This man had this beautiful tattoo of him and a ballerina or something on his shoulder.
Uh-huh.
But because the skin stretched and everything got old, she said, why the man's ballerina picture look like the US map?
Oh my
Oh my
goodness.
gosh.
Time has not been great.
Boy, you see that?
So you
Time.
literally had to open up his
Oh
skin
my. Oh
to make
no.
out what was on there. So I just brought this up
Oh.
because it's like all the superficial stuff
Superficial goes.
that people are like, you need this, he need to look this way, we
Yeah.
need to have this, he has to that. Things change as you
Hey.
age.
Mhm.
That's
So
that's
you have to base your list off of the things that will remain regardless
right.
of how he
Exactly.
ages. No, regardless how time has not been fair and people change and gravity does a lot of things to us. You still have to look at, and we were talking about bond earlier, at being bonded to the core things that will last, because that's how you form a more genuine positive bond versus one that is not no has no substance or is a negative situation.
Yeah, because you have to think about what if you're in the relationship and the person has an accident. Because I had a friend, a coworker who she was with her boyfriend at the time, and they have a child together. And one night he was just in a car accident and he became paralyzed.
Oh my goodness.
I mean, does the bond change? Does the love change? And this is your partner for life now. So you can't get caught up in the whole superficial thing in the first. And I'm sure, even in the attraction, it was the whole thing. He was a soldier, an ex-soldier, so the body tight and he always work out and has the looks and everything. But now this person can't walk. So the bond has to be much deeper. It can't be that superficial thing because things happen, life happens.
Now let's go back to your happy place. Is it the ocean like me? Is it a river? Is it simply a brook? Could it be the waterfalls? Enjoy the water. We started this season talking about just letting things go. If you haven't done it right, if you haven't bonded right, if you have not connected right, hear those waves? Let it roll right off of you. No one's perfect. We're all striving to do better, but no one's perfect. So, as usual, we're going to end on some affirmations. But just take your mind back to your favorite place. I hope it includes water. If not, lots of greens, maybe flowers in a meadow, maybe just walking by the lake in a park. Just go back to your favorite place in your mind right now and say these affirmations in your mind. I am living and working in harmony and peace. I welcome God's purpose in my life. I am open to purpose-filled and positive connections. I invite loving family, friends, and community around me. I work in an environment of positivity and upliftment. I welcome a community where I'm surrounded by dream makers who encourages me to express my creative genius unapologetically. I am happy doing my work. It's rewarding me sufficiently. I have a wonderful work in a wonderful way. I give wonderful service and receive wonderful pay. I am fulfilled with myself and accept others for who they truly are without edits.
Until next time, add us to your calendar every Monday. Subscribe, like, leave a comment, and tell everybody, I mean everybody, about our podcast. And don't forget to follow us on all social media platforms at The Beloved Queens.
And Royal Family, help us out. Head over to Apple Podcast and give us 5 stars. We'd also love if you would give us a review.